Let's start. Good morning, all of you. Okay, let's go ahead. We are in now which chapter? As the chapter number 4 of the syllabus, but we are in the section as such of the law of Income Tax Act. We are in section number 10, exempt income. Right, everybody? The main difference between exemption and deduction we have covered yesterday already. Exemption is exemption at the source itself, right? Exemption is exemption at the source itself, and deduction is from the gross income, right? Everybody, the deduction is from the gross income. So it is exempt only if that income is mentioned where bacho in section number 10. Clear till here? All right, let's go ahead, everybody. Okay. Sorry. Then, which all incomes you have seen quickly in section 10, important ones, relevant for us. 10.1, agricultural income. For that, we have covered an entire chapter. Then, tell me what was 10.2, first family, no? So, income of member of HUF. Correct, everybody? Then 10.2A, income of partner from the firm. And all these things are exempt in the hands of member or exempt in the hands of partner because the payer has already paid the tax. Payer means the HUF has already paid the tax or the firm has already paid the tax. Then we have which one? For NRE, you know, interest on NRE account earned by non-resident. That was also exempt. That story also we have covered. Then which all we have covered important ones? 10.26 triple A, remember now? Income of Sikkim is individual, correct? Then there was 10.10 BC for, I think, what, a disaster, compensation for disaster. Then there was, I think, about 10.18 pension received by an individual who was awarded Gallantry, Courageous, Bravery Award. Right, everybody? Those we have covered. Right, all of you? At least from this chapter point of view, okay? Yes, daily allowance, constituency allowance, 10.17. Right. Okay. Let's go ahead. Okay, everybody then? Fine. We go to now next concept or next point over here. This point is clear, tell me. I told you exemptions, pay attention, exemptions can be either wholly exempt, the income can be either wholly exempt or partly, that is partially exempt. So if it is partially exempt, that means what? Automatically the balance remains, but to what? It becomes taxable. Clear till here? All right. Now we're going to look at other exemptions right now. Okay, pay attention now. Other important exemptions. Apart from above discussed exemptions of section 10, following is a list of other important exemptions. 10A. That story I told you of why that section number has alphabets also now. Yes, because between two sections, when we want to introduce more sections, we keep on using lots and lots of alphabets. 10, 10, AA, 10, AAA, whatever it can be. Or AB, AC, whatever. I'm just giving you examples. Clear till here? Pay attention. 10A provides for exemption in respect of income of a newly established undertaking. Undertaking means you can say branch. It can be branch or a unit. Okay. In free trade, in free trade zone or electronic hardware technology park or electronic software technology park. Basically, have you heard of, let us say, IT parks? IT parks, have you heard, bacho? In many famous cities, Bengaluru, Pune, obviously, I mean, there are now many major cities. They have an area dedicated for IT. Correct, everybody? So if at all you have a unit, but again, pay attention. Try to understand now. You are not just an old company, but you have started a unit. Unit, you understand now? Branch. In that zone. Okay, a dedicated, recognized, approved zone. So 10A is not just one line section. It is again a big story. I told you that last time also. So it has to be satisfied. All the conditions has to be satisfied. Clear till here? We're just looking at we're just having an idea what is actually happening over there. Okay. So newly established units, let us say in IT park. Their income is what? Exempted. Their income is what? Exempted. Clear till here? See, around 2005, 2010, we had a very big boom in IT sector. The entire decade of 2000s. And one of the important reasons was IT was given lots of, you can say, preference. and tax holidays. Pay attention. What do we call the word? It will be in the next concept itself. Tax holiday. Means what? You're given a holiday from tax. That means you don't have to pay taxes on the income earned. Imagine that. Government is sacrificing or giving up on income tax on income earned. You tell me, bacho, IT sector earns good amount or no? IT companies earns good amount, good profit, obviously, yes. Right? See, understand one of the major things, one very basic things. You can do either business normally in goods or other bacho can be services. Okay, Delia? Either goods or services or both will be there. What do you think, normally speaking, again, normally speaking, where my profit margin can be high? Where my profit margin can be high? Why service? Again, like I said, normally speaking, okay? Take for example, me, I am providing service. Correct? Or whatever. 100 rupees, 100 rupees, 1 lakh rupees, whatever. I don't have much cost to incur here to provide the service. Tomorrow, if I increase my fees to 1 lakh rupees, 10 lakh rupees, whatever, correct? My cost is not proportionately growing. But goods, obviously, but what happens is raw material is there, labor is there, everything is there. So in a way, I'm saying again, comparatively, bacho, profit margin in goods is usually lower compared to service. Yes, volume can be large. So when IT industry is entirely providing service only, no? One of the top, yesterday only I was seeing somewhere, I should have taken screenshot. Top 25, top 25 highest profit making companies. Among them, TCS is third, I think. TCS. There are 2-3 banks. Axis Bank, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank. I did not even go into, so I'm not saying goods are not behind, but still profit margin. It is quite easy to have a good profit margin when you're providing services. So one of the important cost or only cost rather, when you are giving service, or you can say you are in the service sector, is let us say rent. And because of work from home also, that is now reduced kind of overall, again, not a substantial thing, and salaries. These are your only main 2 expenditure, because services is obviously provided by some person behind it, and you have to pay the same. Now, for example, TCS, or you can say any kind of big IT company, they have big clients. Yes, tell you, they might be providing service only, no? Support, software, everything. And these IT companies are paying what is the major expenditure for them? Salaries only, their own employees. Yes, tell you, all of you. So in a way, service sector can have a very big amount of, we can say, profit margin. All right, Delia? Especially IT sector, no doubt about it. Now imagine on these things, what? Income tax was not there. Okay, for 10-15 years, 10 years, we have gone, we don't use it now much. But for 10-15 years, there was a tax holiday. Clearly, so there was we can say, an encouragement given by the government of India. Okay, encouragement given that yes, you establish new units over here and you will get tax holiday. But why this encouragement is given? Why this much encouragement is given? Because there is not anywhere you start your company and you will get tax holiday. It has to be in IT parks only, approved IT parks only. Correct? Everybody? So that obviously, but what will happen over there? In that area, employment will be generated. So overall, that you can say economy will be developed of that particular area. Clear, all of you? Yes? That was 10A. But what right now is important for us is 10AA. Okay, 10AA. Ready? 10AA bacho provides for exemption in respect of income, again of a newly established units. That means again we want a new branch, new factory, new place in SEZ, special economic zone. This definitely you might have heard bacho. Special economic zone, SEZ. Lots and lots and lots of SEZs are there. There are like, might be what, around hundreds of SEZ in one state only. Okay. So basically what government thought, every state department thought that we want this area to be developed. Usually if you'll see here, SEZ are not in the city areas or urban areas. They are in such areas which have good proximity or closeness to urban area, but they need their separate development. Correct? And a good infrastructure is made available over there. Electricity, water, everything. Clear, everybody? And then they want to develop that area or zone. Isn't it, everybody? So that again, economy, or you can say, let us say dependability on agriculture will also be reduced. So people who are working in agriculture, but what about off season? Or about normally also, they get a good stability, good job, or regular income from factories. Yes, tell you everybody in the SEZs also. You know? So you can't be reliable or dependent only on one sector in a particular location. You should have separate, you can say businesses to have good income for your people. Okay. So income of now what, bacho? New units. Okay, new in SEZ. Again, exempt. Now check. Tax holiday means what? No tax liability for newly established SEZs, which has begun or begins manufacturing or producing articles or things, or even bacho what? Computer software, or provides any service. Basically, everything is covered now. So goods trading is not there. But goods manufacturing will be there. And so service will also be considered. You provide any kind of service. Because the problem used to happen is, why they have given so much of clarity? Because computer software, okay, is it supply of goods or supply of services? This was a very big challenge, or it was always a debatable matter. Okay, supply of your computer software, is it a good or is it a service? Okay, so there are many you can say different examples where there is a kind of a debate whether it falls under goods or whether it falls into services. Okay, everybody, but here they have given the clarification. Manufacturing is there, computer software is there, as well as services is there, but provided when? Check. On or after 1st April 2005. Clear to all of you? Yes. On or after 1st April 2005. Now pay attention. In any SEZ for 15 consecutive years in respect of its profits from exports, underline this also, no exports. Now there are dual conditions to be satisfied. SEZ as well as what, bacho? Exports. You might have heard again about something, EOU, that is export oriented units. Okay, there are manufacturing companies in India who have only EOU, that is export oriented unit. That means what? From that unit or from that factory, all the material or majority of the material are only what? Exported. Correct? Use common sense. Exports are encouraged or discouraged? Exports are encouraged or discouraged? Absolutely, bacho. Obviously, they are encouraged. Yes, Shalya. That's why they have given bacho more, you can say, facilities and more benefits. Clear? So it has to be an SEZ unit, and from that SEZ unit, whatever you export outside India, profit earned on that export will be what? Completely exempt. Nice thing. Very good. Isn't it? Right? But for how many years, bacho? Only starting 15 years. So government, bacho, or we can say the government only through income tax department or income tax law, they keep on bringing some or the other exemptions, benefits, depending on the areas they want to develop. Let us say, for example, Uttarakhand was there, or northeastern states were there. They wanted more manufacturing units over there, and not just the government did not want those states dependent only on agriculture or tourism. So some benefits were also given to companies that you go there, establish your factories, and whatever profit you earn from those factories, it will be exempt for 5 years, 10 years, etc. Government keeps on coming with these schemes in between. Okay, understood? So it depends on obviously intention of the government. Ready? We'll go ahead, everybody. So how many years tax benefit or tax holiday? 15 years. 15, but continuous. It doesn't mean you can take 5 now, 5 later on after 20, 30 years, further 4, 5 years after 50 years. It has to be consecutive. Clearly, once you start taking, it has to be continuous, but what? 15 years. Clear? You cannot break that 15 years. Understood? Now, next one. Conditions. It begins, it means the unit, the newly established unit, begins to manufacture or produce articles or things or provide any service in any SEZ during the PY relevant to AY 67. That means the first PY was which one, bacho? Yes, William? 5-6. Now, do you understand? We're talking of now year 2005 government. That time they had started with this scheme. Now pay attention. Or any subsequent year, AY, but not later than AY 2021. That means which PY? 1920. Yes, William. So PY 1920 was the last year to start a new unit. Okay, to start a new unit. We are not talking about that after that year you will not get the benefit. You will still get the benefit. But we are talking about it begins to manufacture. Understood? That means the unit should start from this period till this period. Understood? Now PY 1920 is gone. 1920 is gone. So why is it relevant today also? Because let us say if a new unit had started in 2015-16, correct? Everybody, 15-16. So from 15-16 still 15 years, 15 years, you will get the benefit of 10 AA. So that we have to calculate or compute for the current year, 22-23. Are you getting my point? What I'm telling you, correct? So the unit should start between 5-6 and up to 1920. Correct, everybody? So tell me now the unit which has started in 5-6, almost it was last, I think last year is now also over for it, 15 years. Okay, everybody? But which might have started now 15-16, 18-19, etc. For them, 15 years is not yet over. Isn't it, everybody? In fact, I mean, one of the last questions which will come on 10 AA will be from this year plus 15 years. No. Yes, everybody. Because 1920 was the last year to establish your new unit in SEZ. Nitin, Kushbu, understood? Okay. Ready, bacho? Okay. However, in case where letter of approval, bacho 1920, even 1920 means what? Financial and 1920. What happened in 20? Especially at the end of the financial year, what happened? 1920. Sorry. Correct, Mansi. COVID, everybody. Correct, everybody. 2020. Nobody can forget those years, right? All of you? Yeah. So basically, that was just at the end of the financial year, right? But even if that 1 month was problematic, March was kind of problematic. Okay, everybody? Pay attention. However, in case where sorry, letter of approval has been issued on or before 31st March 2020 and manufacturing has not begun up to 31st March 20, then the date of production has been extended to 31st March 21. Sorry. Basically, extension is given, some relief is given. Yes? Sorry, a relief is given. Okay, everybody? Only for that last year, okay, 1920. That's it. Letter of approval should have been given before this. But manufacturing should be. Sorry. Should have been started by 31st March 21. Okay, fine. Then this can take later on, but let's quickly finish it off. It should not be formed. It means again the SEZ unit should not be formed by splitting a reconstruction of a business already in existence. It has to be completely a new one. Sorry. Exceptions. The unit is formed as re-establishment, reconstruction, or revival by the assessee within 3 years from the end of the PY in which the business of such undertaking is discontinued by reason of extensive damage to or destruction of any building, machinery, plant or furniture owned by the assessee and used for the purpose of such business. Such damage or destruction should be affected as a direct result of flood, typhoon, hurricane, cyclone, etc. So again, not a great, you can see point over here. What are they saying? It is not that you have just taken one branch from here and put in SEZ. It should be a completely new unit. Okay. But however, if your new unit was damaged because of these natural kind of reasons or any of these reasons, and not more than 3 years has expired, okay, by after this damage, and then you want to start that same unit in SEZ area, then that will be allowed. Okay. Fine till here, understood? Let us go ahead, everybody. This point also I'll take later on machinery. Okay. So how much exemption do you get? This is our main formula or main point. Profits of unit in SEZ. Okay. Profits of unit in SEZ. It is in SEZ. Okay. Okay. Into export turnover of SEZ unit upon total turnover of SEZ unit. Check, but what is happening? What will be exempted under 10AA? Under what ratio? See, whatever profit you earn in SEZ, okay, that profit will be exempted under the ratio of what? Export turnover to total turnover. That is the ratio. Simple. Let me say, if whatever is my total turnover you understand, let us say sales, correct? Whatever is my total turnover, if 100% I export it, will I get entire bachcho exemption of my profits? Correct. Yes. Let us see, if my total turnover is 100 and my export is also 100. What does it mean? Whatever is my turnover, I have completely exported it. So whatever profit I have earned will be bachcho what? 100% exempted. But let us say out of my total turnover, I have exported only 50. Correct, no? Right or wrong? Wrong. So that much, that is half of my profits of SEZ will be exempted. And half will be taxable. Clear till all of you? Everybody? We'll go ahead, all of you. Okay. Understood? Use common sense. Can my export be more than total? No. Whatever I produced, out of that only I'll either sell it, no? Either in India or outside India. Correct, Ilya? However, there are certain further more conditions. Check. 100% of such profits will be exempt in the first 5 years. Of such profit means what? Whatever you are doing as per this calculation, whatever is the result of this, okay? So whatever that number will come to out of this calculation, everything is exempt for the first 5 years. Okay? However, next 5 years, whatever is allowed now out of this formula or this number, of that, only half is allowed in the next 5 years. All right, clear all of you? And in the last 5 years, also again 50% is only allowed. But for that, you have to transfer some amount to a special different reserve which is created or the income tax department or law has told. You have to create a separate reserve fund. In that you have to transfer money. Then you can claim 50% of the exemption. So first five years, how much, bachcho? 100%. Next 5 years, 50% without any condition. And last 5 years, also 50%, but with transfer to special reserve. Then till all of you are getting the point. Tell me. Yes? So come to your notebook. Now, for your understanding, pay attention. This is India. Pay attention. This is my SEZ. SEZ, so now you understand, है ना? special economic zone. All right. So the area outside SEZ, okay, is called as domestic tariff area. Write down this. Domestic tariff area. SEZ which obviously gets lots of benefits from electricity, water also, okay, departments also. I mean, India rates. It is it is treated for that purpose, but it is treated as if it is not in India. Okay. The SEZ area is treated as if it is not in India. Okay. So whenever you're supplying to SEZ, whenever you are supplying to SEZ, it is as good as treated that you are exporting it. Okay. And we'll learn in GST, there will be no tax on exports. There will be no tax on exports. Okay, everybody, let's go ahead. So tell me, area other than SEZ in India is called as what, bacho? DTA, domestic tariff area. Clear? All right, let's go ahead, everybody. Let us check again our textbook. Over there, we have some question number 5. Okay, ready? Question number 5. What is it saying? Compute deduction under section 10AA for AY 23-24. Based on XYZ Limited furnishes following data for year ended 31/3/23. Correct? 22-23. We'll go ahead. Check particulars and rupees and lakhs. Ready, all of you? Total turnover of unit A, which is located in SEZ. Total turnover of 100. Profit of business of unit A 30. Export turnover of unit A 50. Total turnover of unit B, which is in DTA. And profit from business of unit B. Okay. Unit B, which is where? In DTA. What are they saying? Compute deduction under section 10AA. Only that much they have asked you. For which unit we can take 10AA, A, B, or both? We can take 10AA only for A unit. Okay, that is SEZ unit. Ready, everybody? So obviously we'll be ignoring what, bacho? Unit B. Now check. The total turnover is to be taken for which one? A or B or both? Because you want in the denominator. So everything is to be done only of SEZ. Export turnover of SEZ, total turnover of SEZ, profits of SEZ. Yes, till here? So all the numbers will be of unit number A in the question. Clear? Write down. Point number 1. Unit A is located in SEZ. Therefore, it is eligible. Therefore, it is eligible for deduction under section 10AA. Okay. So next line, computation of NAA. But after all, income tax return will not be filed by unit A. Na? Unit A is just a branch, bacho, okay, of the company, right? So 10AA will be claimed by the company, no? Are you getting the difference between branches and company? So computation of deduction under section 10AA of XYZ Limited. Okay, write down. For AY, which AY? For our current year. That is AY 23-24. Okay. Next line, deduction under section 10AA. Is what, bacho? Profits of SEZ, right, into export turnover of SEZ upon total turnover of SEZ. Simple. Have they given us the year in which this unit had started? No. They have not given us when the unit A had started. So I'm just, we'll have to assume, assuming AY 23-24 is within first 5 years of establishment of new SEZ unit. Yes. Then how much deduction is allowed, bacho? 100%, 50%, or 50% with reserve? Sahil, so much, good morning. Then 100% of the deduction is allowed. Finally, then 100% of the deduction is allowed. We'll go ahead, everybody. Just for the sake of clarification, don't write down now. I'm just looking at the worst scenario for the last scenario. Let us say it starts manufacturing in 1920. Okay, I'm not talking of that exemption also. 20. So this is the first year, na, bacho? Right, Ilya? 21, 22, 23. So, correct? 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm talking of PY. Are you getting the point? What I'm telling you? Indrajit, Nitin. I'm talking of the last, one of the last scenarios I'm trying to tell you here. Okay, if the unit starts in 1920. That is the last date, na? Last year, which is officially given. So PY 23-24 will be the last year in which you can claim 100% of the profits. Yes, Sailor, all of you? All right, okay. But we are in this PY now, 22-23. So still one more year to go. Next year also allowed for in the first 5 years. Anyways, let's go ahead, everybody. Okay. All right. Therefore, deduction is how much? What are the profits of SEZ unit? Profits 30. Okay. Into export turnover of unit A, again SEZ unit 50. Total turnover of unit A 100. So I get bacho rupees 15 lakhs. Are you getting my point? Provided or assuming it is the first, we are still in the first 5 years of the new unit. Understood? If it was in the next 5 years, 15 lakhs into 50%, 50. If we are into last 5 years, 15 lakhs into 50%. Which what? Transfer to special reserve. Yes, still all of you? So I'm writing the point. Therefore, 100% off rupees 15 lakhs 15 will be allowed assuming it is within first 5 years. Okay. How much will claim for deduction? 15 lakhs, 1.5. How much is the profit I earn in unit A? 30. Clear, Delio? No, not profit. Yeah. Correct. So since half is exported, that's why I'm getting half also as exemption or deduction of 10AA. Clear? Let's go ahead. Okay. Next one. Ready, bacho? 10. Question number 10. Question number 10. Rudra Limited has one unit at SEZ and other unit at DTA. This much is clear now. What is DTA? India area under India outside of SEZ. The company provides the following details for the year: total sales, that is again turnover, export sales, and net profit. Okay, of the company and the unit in DTA. Calculate eligible deduction under section 10AA for income tax for the our current AY 23-24. In the following two situations: if the units were set up and start manufacturing from 22/5/15, that means this is the first year. Which is the first year? 15/16 is the first year. That is one case. And case two, if both the units means which one? DTA and SEZ were set up and start manufacturing from 14/5/19, that is which is the first PY? 19/20. Correct. Yes. 19/20. Right, till all of you? Ready? All right. For 15/16, bacho, understand now. Please understand. Okay, for 15/16. 15/16 is the first 16. We are in this PY 22/23, no? So pay attention. 15/16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 19/20 bacho gone. It was the first 5 years. We are definitely bacho in the next 5 years. 19/20 now. So 21, 22, 23. Yes, tell you everybody. We are actually in the 8th year, clearly. So how much of the amount will be eligible to be claimed, will be eligible to claim, or whatever the computed figure of that 50%, 50. Nitin, understood, Kushbu? Whatever the computed figure of that 50%. Clear, Delio? All right. In rough, I want in rough. I'll give you 2 minutes. Give me answer of first case. But obviously don't write anything in the notebook. I want to do it in rough only, by pencil, etc. Give me answer for 10AA deduction for the first question. And I've told you also it is the 8th year. So whatever you calculate of that 50%, 50. I'll give you 2 minutes. Calculate. Don't ask me any questions and don't ask anybody else also. And don't answer also. Solve on your own. Okay. Give me answers then. Put in DM, don't put in everyone. Send a direct message. You can, na, where my video and audio is on, over that. There you send me the message. Any answers? Okay. Khushbu and Indrajit, send me answers. Okay, Indrajit. And Khushbu, any answer? Don't send message on host. Okay, fine. Okay, no problem. Fine. No problem. I don't think so. Anybody's answers was correct. I got different answers. But fine, no problem. 3 lakh, 5 lakh, some rough figures, some those figures I got. Or whatever. It was crores, I think. Yeah. Whatever. Let's go ahead. Check. Write down. Computation of. At least can you give me net profit of SEZ? Computation of deduction under section 10AA for Rudra Limited for AY 23-24. Okay. Pay attention. You are given for the company. Correct, all of you. And you are given for DTA unit. But do you want everything for SEZ unit? Because 10AA is only for SEZ. So the Rudra Limited is the company. It has one unit in DTA. It has one unit in SEZ. They have given you details of the company and DTA. So the difference belongs to SEZ. DTA and SEZ are both part of the company only. They are just two separate branches at two separate locations. So they are given you of the company and one branch. So the balance is obviously of the another branch. So you took numbers of DTA. Correct? Or maybe company. I don't know. Yes, Celia. Nice. Now we'll you can see find the differences. I'm writing your turnover. It is 6 crores. Correct, everybody? Crore. It is in crores, no? DTA is 2 crores. So it is what? 4 crores. Right, everybody? Export turnover is 4.6 crores. DTA is 1.6 crores. So this is how much? 3 crores. Correct, everybody? Let's go ahead, everybody. And NP, net profit, is what? If I write in crores, then I'm writing crores only. It is 80 lakhs, so it is 0.8 crore of the company. Out of that, 0.2 crore belongs to DTA. So therefore, 0.6 crore belongs to SEZ, or 60 lakhs rather. Okay. Keep same format, otherwise it will be very much problematic. Done. Now I'm talking about case 1. Who's okay till here? Case 1. All right. Mainly we're interested in SEZ unit. So SEZ unit was set up by manufacturers. Okay. So I'm running directly date. 22/5/2015. That is PY 15/16. Correct, Elio? Therefore, deduction available. Okay. From PY 15/16 to PY 15/16, na? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 is 100%, and therefore PY which number 22, 23 falls where? After first 5 years. After first 5 years. Correct? Very good. Therefore, eligible deduction is how much, bacho? 50% for whatever figure we calculate. Okay, everybody? We'll go ahead, everybody. You know the formula? Profits of SEZ upon, sorry, into export turnover of SEZ upon total turnover of SEZ. Yes, Indrajit, correct now. Now, profits of SEZ is how much, bacho? 60 lakhs. Now, whatever you want to keep, okay? 60.6 crore into export turnover. It is 3 crore upon 4 crore. Basically, 3/4. Okay. So, 3/4 of 60 is how much? Should I write now 45 lakhs? Okay, I think it is correct, 3/4. But I won't get entire 45 lakhs. Of that, I'll get bacho 50%. Why? Because now we are in the next 5 years. Khushbu, tell me. Understood or no? Basically, over a period of 15 years, they are reducing the benefits. Okay, it is not same for all 15 years. So rupees 22.5 lakhs. There's a reduction under section 10AA from the entire profits of the company. Right? Simple. Then we'll go ahead. Case 2. What is case 2? If this is a unit was set up in 1920. Therefore, 1920, no? So 21, 22, 23. PY 22, 23 is falling in within the first 5 years. Therefore, PY 22, 23 is when bacho within first 5 years. So I hope you understood the year in which it was set up. We are taking that year as first year. So let it be set up in March or February or Jan, whatever. Okay, we are taking that year as first year. So therefore, PY 22-23 is within first 5 years. Therefore, what's eligible deduction is how much now? Kushbu, 100 or 50? The eligible deduction is 100%. Yes, Celia? Yeah. And we have already calculated, so I will not again calculate. How much will it take? 45 or 22.5? 45. Therefore, $45 lakhs. Done? Okay, everybody? Quickly solve 11. Question number 11. Ready? ABC Limited has one undertaking at SEZ and another at DTA. Following are the details of the company for the financial year 22-23. Domestic turnover, export turnover, net profit. Okay. Compute quantum of eligible deduction under 10 AA for AY 23-24 in the following situations. If the unit was set up in 14 and if the unit was set up in 18. Okay. Definitely, but it is after first 5 years or after first 10 years. 14. Now, so it is what, bachu? 14, 15. Correct? 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Then what? 20, 21, 22, 23. We are in the 9th year. So we'll get, bacho, 50% of the amount of whatever you do the calculation, you know, of 10 AA. I'll give you again 2 to 3 minutes, 2 minutes. Do in rough and give me for case number 1 amount eligible for exemption under 10 AA and give me in direct message. Good Mansi. Okay, don't calculate other one. Okay, Indrajit. Give me final answer. No? Okay. Next one. Nitin, Kushbu, any answer? बोलो खुशबू. ओके नितिन. नहीं आ रहा खुशबू. जो भी आंसर है हाँ चलेगा यूनिट मतलब मैथ्स थोड़ी है वो कैसे जो भी नंबर आएगा चलेगा ना ओके मानसी गॉट करेक्ट पे अटेंशन ना ठीक है दिस ऑलरेडी आई हैड गिवन यू द हिंट और आई टोल्ड यू that our current year is in the 9th year so we'll get 50% of whatever is the figure ready so write down case 1 SEZ unit was set up SEZ unit was set up on when बच्चों 25/7/14 that is which PY 14/15 therefore our current PY 22/23 falls after first 5 years है ना are you all understanding till here after first 5 years therefore deduction is limited to when what बच्चों 50% 50 deduction is limited to 50% this is okay till here all right so we again know the formula deduction under section 10AA correct SEZ profits obviously into what बच्चों export turnover upon total turnover you don't read between the lines your reading is not good most of you okay SEZ profit was given to you export turnover was also given to you but you mistook or misunderstood
Domestic turnover
as total turnover this mistake you did all of you others correct yes so write on particulars and DTA good morning thank you yes how much is the export turnover 150 and 80
Quick. MIC.
total is बच्चों obviously what plus what domestic plus export ना correct and this is how much 180 okay and then what do we have net profit is there no issues about that 40 and 10 right so SEZ chalo let's write again our reduction SEZ profit is how much 40 correct everybody export turnover of SEZ is how much 150 okay but total turnover of SEZ now is it compulsory for SEZ to sell only outside India or only do exports is it compulsory no so SEZ is also selling in domestic area yes or no so what will be the total turnover of the SEZ total sales export plus domestic sales yes or no understood so my total is both addition of both 200 plus 150 got it everybody so my denominator is what 350. But of this, I will take obviously 50%. Are you understanding now why 50%? Because we are in the next 5 years, no? Are haan. Got it, everybody? So it is what, bacho? This figure something goes to 17.14 something, I think. Into 50%. This comes to 8.57. Clear, all of you? That is your deduction for the current year. And case 2, let's start. Done, Kushbu till here. SEZ unit was set up when? On 10/4/18. That is which PY, bacho? 18/19. Therefore, our current year 22/23 will be which one? In the first 5 years. Yes, everybody. If confused, you can always check. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. Sorry, 22, 23. In fact, we are in the perfectly 5th year, right, everybody? PY 22, 23 is within the first 5 years. Therefore, eligible deduction is 100%. Which will come to 17.14. Tell me. Yes or no? Any doubt till now? Khushbu and this Chetan. Yes, full deduction you get, yes. So please be careful with the data given. Okay, please read each and every word problem. Okay, read each and every word properly. The data is at times hidden. You have to find it. First, you have to arrive at the data to be used. Done? We'll go ahead, everybody. All right. I'm just showing you the study material now. NW we have covered, no? Okay. Why I'm showing you? Because you will understand the time pass questions at times are mentioned in study material. What I'm trying to tell you, only doing study material is definitely not sufficient. It is just a basic thing. Okay. So check over here. In the study material, only one example is given. Illustration 7 over here. Okay. Some example is given. We have done that kind of similar we have done. And if I come after the chapter, okay, after the chapter, again, this we have already covered, Rudra. Okay. Isn't it? That's it. How many questions given? Only 2. And both of them were not that tough. Okay. Everybody okay till here? However, this point is there in study material, which they have not given too much in detail. Okay. And they ask questions about this. So with this, we have to cover from our textbook. Okay. Come back to our textbook notes. And star mark over here. It is important. Okay. Ready? Meaning of export turnover. What is the formula? Export turnover upon total turnover, right? But so export turnover upon total turnover, isn't it? So pay attention now. It means the consideration received in India. You are exporting, no. So obviously the money should come back to India or brought into India by the assessee in respect of export by the unit, being the unit of articles or things or services. Basically, you have exported, so you have received the money. Okay. However, the turnover, which turnover, export turnover, does not include freight, telecommunication charges, as well as insurance. Sometimes, but you not pay attention. We call it a CIF. CIF, that is cost, insurance, freight. You have done a little bit of sale of goods at also SOGA. Right? So whatever is my price decided for the goods, it is not that only price, but I also have to insure it during transportation. I may also have to incur the transportation cost. So depending on arrangement between buyer and seller, it may be added to the cost. So buyer may have told, no, today when you order from Amazon, does Amazon tell you should arrange for your own transport? You should insure the goods. Does it happen like that? No. So whatever price is told to you, let us say, is inclusive of cost, actual cost, insurance, and freight. That is the normal terminology. Understood or no, all of you? So understand or imagine, let us say a company in India does an export. Okay, everybody? Okay, tell all of you. Export. Obviously, it is going to raise an invoice. Hai na? Sales invoice. Is it okay, Delia? In that sales invoice, bacho, they can give the breakup. Actual cost. Okay. Then let us say this. Freight means what? Transport. Add freight. Then add some other extra, whatever charges you might have added. Communication charges. I'm just giving you example. Okay. Add insurance. Yes, Delia? Correct, no? Miscellaneous expenditure. This is my billing amount. Kushbu, Nitin, understood earlier. Indrajit, Mansi. This is my billing amount. This entry will be shown in my books of account as sales. Isn't it? That is my invoice value. Correct. However, for income tax, okay, for income tax purpose, especially also for 10AA purpose, what are they saying? This is not your income. This is just an additional reimbursement of cost. It is just a reimbursement. Do you understand? Reimbursement, compensated. It is just compensation of the cost incurred. Agree till here, all of you? So they are saying, do not include in your export turnover. Do not. Okay, don't. So even if it is on your invoice, cancel or you can say remove the elements of freight, telecommunication charges, and insurance. Clear till here? This is an important point, okay? Attributable to means it is, you can say, apportioned to the delivery of articles or things outside India or expenses incurred in foreign exchange in rendering of services, including computer software outside India. But why? Just now I told you why. Why, bacho? Because that is not your actual income. It is reimbursement of cost. Means what? It is not your earning or income element. Now, whatever you spent on, let us say a simple example I give you. Let us say the book printing cost of my textbook is 500 rupees, book printing cost. Okay. I sell the books at 700 rupees. Are you understanding? My book printing cost is 500. I sell my textbook at 700 rupees. What is my profit margin over here? 200 rupees. But you said, no, I want home delivery also. So what am I going to charge? 700. Let us say plus 100 rupees freight. Okay, 700 plus 100 rupees freight. Why 100 rupees? Because I am going to pay 100 rupees to the freight person or the transport person. Freight means transport. Am I earning that whatever I'm collecting from you as transport or freight charges? That is not my income. What is my still income? My income is still the 200 rupees only. So basically, when I take from you 100 rupees extra, I'm just reimbursing myself for my extra 100 rupees expenditure. So it is not my income. Understood? So the department or the law says that, or the act is saying that this is not your income. So don't include it because you're claiming what? Check now, you're claiming exemption. You're claiming what? Exemption. So don't include in those. That is not your other income. Okay, everybody? Got it? Yes, everybody. Let's go ahead, all of you. Okay. Next line, write down. If possible, write down there only the textbook, star mark. That is reduce from export and total turnover also. Okay. From both of them. Reduce from export as well as total turnover. Okay. Fine. We'll go ahead. Now check. Come to the last question. 12th. Ready? Give it a star mark, 2 stars. And by the way, here you can always quickly give 10 AA. There's also 10 AA. You know? Fourth one also for 10 AA. What? Fifth one was 10 AA. Clear to all of you? The notebook also, wherever you had the first question, no, we had solved in the notebook. What else? There also please give 10 AA. I told you, no, you should always remember from where new concepts or new sections are starting. Okay, for your calculation. Okay, done. We'll go ahead, everybody. Chalo, pay attention. Question number 12. Mr. Ramesh furnishes the following details for the previous service year 22-23. In respect of an industry undertaking established in SEZ in March 17. March 17 established. However, it began manufacturing in April 17. Okay. For 10 AA, what wordings we had seen? Manufacturing of any article or produce, correct everybody? Or computer software or services. So manufacturing date is much important, not data setting up only. Okay. Now check. Total sales, export sales, the proceeds, the money is received in India. That is required now for export sales. Okay, that is also important. This money is received. Domestic sales, 40. Understood or no? This is basically a breakup of 85. Na? They may have not given you, still you should have understood. But it's balancing only. Correct? And profit of the unit. What is my 10 AA profit? Formula profits 20 into what, bacho? Export turnover upon, that is 45, upon total turnover 85. However, now check. There is a point given, okay? Very important. Export sales of current year, that is 22-23. Export sales, export. Include freight and insurance of rupees 5 lakhs for delivery of goods outside India. Include, they have used the word which includes. Compute amount of deduction available to Mr. Ramesh under section 10 AA for AY 23-24. Okay. Basically, see, you may get same answer, but if you use wrong number, still you will be given wrong. It will be marked as wrong only. Okay. Write down your notebook. Question number 12. And it was but given in RTP. Now, such kind of question is given in RTP, but not in study material. And then later on, directly they ask in the paper. And then students say it is out of syllabus or this is they have not taught or level was very hard. That is the reason you should always do RTP, MTPs. Okay. We'll go ahead, everybody. Question number 12. Ready, everybody? Some important points I'm giving you. For section 10AA, date of manufacturing is important. Not date of setup. Fine, Delia? Ready? First point. SAR unit was set up. When, bachcho? In March 17. But began production or began manufacturing in April 17. Okay. Therefore, first year of first year of 10AA deduction is when, bachcho? For March 17 or April 17? That is 16-17 or 17-18? 17-18. Yes, Julia? Now, since this we have established, it is 17-18, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Still, are we able to catch it? No. You know? Therefore, PY 22-23 is after what, bachcho? First 5 years. You know? Is after first 5 years. Therefore, reduction is limited to 50%. Yes, Celia? Let's write down. All of you. Next line, computation of eligible deduction under section 10AA for Ramesh for AY 23-24. Correct? Particulars and rupees in lakhs. SEZ profits into export turnover of SEZ upon total turnover of SEZ. Yes. What is the profit, bachcho? 20. Export turnover given to you is 45, but I will not take 45. I will take 40. And total turnover also I'll reduce, bachcho. How much? 80. Clear, Delio? And of that, I'm limiting it to 50%. So half of 20 already 10 and half of 10, that is 5. Write down notes over there. For calculation of export turnover and total turnover, comma, expenditure in relation to three of them, na, freight, telecommunication charges, and insurance. Are to be excluded. Clear till here? Are to be excluded. So next line, calculation of export and total turnover. Particulars. Export turnover, total turnover, actuals, is how much? 4585 less freight 5. Yes, Shalia. Therefore, eligible turnover 40 and 80. So basically justify your numbers, huh? Whatever you write in a notebook or answers, you should give the explanation also for the same, right? Done, everybody? That was the last question of this chapter. We'll go ahead, everybody. Come to this page again. That small paragraph was remaining. We'll just quickly finish that. Okay. Check. It should not be formed. It again, the unit should not be formed by transfer of machinery or plant previously used for any purpose. Okay, any purpose to a new business. Basically, don't use a second-hand machinery. You know? However, deduction under section 10 will be available if total value of machinery and plant transferred does not exceed 20% of total value of plant or machinery used in the business. Means what? If you're transferring from one unit to another, what are we transferring, bacho? Plant and machinery. The transferred plant and machinery should not be more than 20% of your total plant and machinery value. Are you getting my point or no, all of you? Doesn't exceed 20% of total value of machinery or plant used in the business. Any machinery or plant which was used outside India by any person other than the assessee. Any plant or machinery which was used outside India. Basically, now you imported plant and machinery. But are you importing new or second hand? Second hand. Why, Bakcho? Because they have used the word was used outside India. Yes, everybody. Shall not be regarded as machinery or plant previously used for any purpose if the following conditions are satisfied. This becomes a little bit unnecessary. Don't go into too much over here. Such machinery or plant was not used at any time. Okay, such plant or machinery was not at any time used in India. Such machinery or plant is imported into India from any country. Obviously, if it is imported, it is obviously coming from outside India. And no deduction on account of depreciation has been allowed in respect of such machinery or plant to any person earlier. If basically if all these three conditions are satisfied, then that bachcho machinery is considered as a new machinery. Okay, considered as new machinery. Check what are they saying. The machinery was actually used outside India, but shall not be regarded as machinery or plant previously used for any purpose, if these three conditions are satisfied. Why, bachcho? Because in the starting, what did you say? It should not be formed by transfer of machinery or plant previously used for any purpose, no? Correct here. So if you import, okay, and if it was what all these three conditions are satisfied, okay, no depreciation was given to anybody else, then what? It was not at all used in India, right? It is imported from outside India, then that such machinery is basically allowed. Yes, tell you all of you. Again, I don't obviously expect questions on this, but because they're part of your, you can say theory, that's why we have covered it. All right. From your study material, see in your study, now there was one book I wanted to recommend it to you, but you will not get it very soon now. You will get a very old one. Otherwise, you'll have to wait for 2-3 months before you get that book. It is called as Ahuja Gupta. You can check, or you can say some kind of guidance, okay, or you can say point. It has 2 volumes, volume 1 and volume 2. Volume 2 has both. Volume 2 has entirely MCQ. Volume 2 is completely about MCQ. Okay. And the book covers this. I think it is practical guidance to taxation. That is the wording name. Practical guidance to this taxation. But the good point is it includes both income tax as well as GST. Okay. Don't go for Singhanias. There is one more book, very much book famous. Singhanias, Taxman. The publication is Taxman. Singhani, don't go for that. It is too heavy, actually, not necessarily that at that level. Okay, this is a good book, okay, for ample practice. All right, if at all you want to do, but obviously use common sense. We want for AY 23-24. Okay. Already, if I get it in Pune, if at all that our agent he tells me it is available, then we will see. But it's not actually not so early available. Okay. If it comes, I'll let you know. Yes, tell you all of you. So again, for your homework, what is for your homework? You will finish off your study material or read it properly, carefully. All the questions we have solved, no doubt about it. Okay, everybody? But just go through it once. Okay? Because test number 1 is on first 4 chapters. Right? So prepare for this first 4 chapters and then we will take the test or give the test on first 4 chapters. Okay, all of you? So that's it for today for tax. Okay, all of you?